Welcome back to another episode of Flow with Tarot, a segment that is on Unleash Your Magic, okay, which is the name of this entire YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. So, we're finishing up our Flow with Tarot segment for the time being. And I've just got the cards, the remaining five that we have. I think it's the remaining five. I think that's right this time, okay? And so I'm just going to choose one from the middle, which is the Devil card. Now, before I get into this card, I want to emphasize something that I have always told you, okay? When it comes to these cards, whether it is a tarot deck, whether it's an oracle deck, do your best to refrain from putting the cards in a favorite pile or a like pile versus dislike pile. Okay. And I know it can be challenging to not do that because it's natural. First of all, the cards since we're visual, okay, it's easy to latch on to a card because of the surface picture, right? So we have that. And then it's also easy to latch on to a card that will label or deem to be positive versus negative. Remember, each card has its quote light, has its quote shadow, okay, has its front, back, has its light versus dark, has all the layers to each one, okay? Neither card is good, neither card is bad. It just is, okay? So, with that being said, I want to give you, before we talk about the Devil card, I want to give you this little exercise. And we could probably, I will probably go through and I'll do an example of what I'm talking about. I'll do a separate video on this segment for that. But what you can do is, if you have made tarot or even oracle a part of your spiritual practice, it is something that you are connected with and you're confident in. And when I say confident, I don't mean confident in the card. I just mean you're confident and you know that this is something that you gravitate toward, okay? And it's something that you want to expand on. What I would suggest that you do with your deck is just take a few moments. You don't have to take the whole deck, but maybe count out 20 cards, all right? And go through each card and put in a pile the cards that kind of jump out at you, that bring up excitement, that you feel excited about. Put that in one pile. And then in another pile, pull out the cards where you're like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. What the fuck does this mean? Make a separate stack set for both of those types of cards. For the stack that you quote like, just write out why, go through each of the card. Doesn't have to be anything drawn out. Just have fun with this experiment. Go through the cards, write out what you like about it, what jumps out at you, it could be anything, right? What comes to mind. Do the same thing with the cards that you twist your face on or about, okay? And write out why. Is it the image? Is it because of a programmed view? For example, this is the perfect card, the Devil. We don't even have to say where this comes from. Religion, all right? So if you did which I used to because of religion. And so I had to think, okay, what does this really mean? Why do I feel this way? Okay, so start off with that question for your pile with the cards that you twist your lips up at. Why do you feel that way? Where is that coming from? Is there an experience that comes up when you pause with a card. All right. Just have fun with it. Gift yourself 10 minutes. Again, this does not have to be a drawn out exercise. Like I said, I will do one with you just to give you just a visual of what I'm talking about to illustrate the exercise, because it can be fun, and it can expand your uh your intuition with the card. It can expand layers for you. It can also bring up things in the card that you've never noticed before. So again, remember to have fun with it. All right. So with this devil, the devil card, to me right now, this is reminding us to to look at everything. What does that mean? Look at everything. Don't just look at the parts, we'll say, in your life that you like. Don't just give attention to the parts that you're comfortable with. Don't just look at the parts that you enjoy. Also, look at the parts in your life that you want to change. Give attention to the parts of your life that you don't like. Give attention to the parts of your life that may piss you off. Give attention to the parts in your life that you are feeling uncomfortable with. And I know that off top, what I'm saying is contrary to what we're programmed to do. We're often programmed to ignore the things that we don't like, to keep us from complaining, to keep us from wishing certain things weren't the way that they are. But what the devil is reminding us to do is give that stuff attention. We're programmed to ignore that because we're programmed to say, to tell ourselves, well, I don't like this part of my life. I hate this part of my life. This part of my life really gets on my nerves. This part of my life I want to change now. Instead of us being honest about that, society will program us to say, well, no, don't do that because you're complaining. Look at what you have and be grateful for what you have. At least you have what you have. Look at the things that you do enjoy. Look at the things that you do like. And that can be helpful to a certain point. But I think what happens is, no, in fact, I know what happens is that forcing yourself to ignore what you don't like, it causes imbalance in your body. It causes imbalance in your nervous system. And it can throw you off because you're forcing yourself to pay attention to some, or you're forcing yourself to ignore something that needs your attention, and you're forcing yourself to say, nope, I don't see what I don't like over here. I'm going to be thankful for what's here. Nope, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not there. It'll go away if I just keep focusing on what I want. This over here, it will get better. It will get better. It will get better. Meanwhile, you're fighting within yourself. And that resistance and that battle that you're having on the inside of you, that battle, that conflict, that inner turmoil, it settles somewhere in your body. Instead of you pausing and saying, you know what? Yeah, I enjoy this part of my life over here. Yet I know this part over here needs my attention. This part over here I want this fixed. I want this changed for the better. If I can enjoy this part of my life over here, I deserve to enjoy this part of my life over here. To me, complete health and wellness, complete wholeness is to be able to be fulfilled in every single area of your life. Again, societal programming will tell you that that's not possible. Why? Because societal programming gives you either this or that. When your soul and your spirit is not this or that, it is all. So you see, even that messaging is a conflict to your natural state of being. So to me, the devil is anything that needs attention that you're trying to ignore. Because the thing that is being ignored, it only gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you are forced to address it. It's kind of like, I want to give you a simple example. It's kind of like saying, I'm not going to tell myself that I desire more because I don't want to sound greedy, or I'm just going to be thankful for what I have. You can do both. You can be thankful for what you have. You can be grateful for what you have. You can manage what you have and yet desire more. Both of those can be true at the same time. So don't ignore what needs your attention. Don't ignore what is screaming at you. Just because, and again, I'll go back to that same example, just because you are acknowledging that you want more does not mean that you're not grateful for what you have. Just because you see this area of your life that you want to change doesn't mean that you're neglecting the parts of your life where you do feel fulfilled. So just that's what that's what this card is reminding us. That's what I feel for this card right now. All right. So let me know what your takeaways are from the devil in the comment. Also, let me know if you're going to try that exercise that I gave you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like for me to do a few separate videos on the exercise that I shared with you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, I do readings, okay? Schedule your tarot reading with me. And please remember, be intentional about your inquiry that you bring to me. Don't come with a general, or I just want general reading or general information. No, come with a question that is an open question, not a yes or no question, not a closed-ended question, but an open question. All right. Come to the reading with intention. All right. So I will leave the link for you to schedule your reading in the comment section.